Okay, grade 9. We're now in the cardiovascular system, activity 2, part 2. Let me remind you about the three phases of the heartbeat or the cardiac cycle. You know now that we have three phases: auricular systole 0.1 second, ventricular systole 0.3 second, and general diastole 0.4 second. Now you have to copy the material, and we need to remember together and need to remind you about what happened in the auricular systole. In the auricular systole, the auricle contracts. Both auricle contract simultaneously, and the doors needs to be open لأنه اتفقنا أنه when the auricles contract they push the blood toward the ventricles. So that's why bicuspid and the tricuspid are open right now. Blood is pushed from the auricles into the ventricles. Okay? So it is pushed from the auricle into the ventricle. Now, what happened in the ventricular systole? The ventricles contract, bicuspid and tricuspid are now closed, and they are preventing the backflow of blood to auricles. مثل ما صرنا نعرف انه the blood is pushed from the auricles to the ventricles, and it is forbidden, ممنوع the blood go back from the ventricle to the auricle. That's why the bicuspid and the tricuspid valves in the ventricular systole are closed. Sigmoid valve now open, and the blood is pushed from the ventricle to the arteries. ليش؟ لأنه نحن هدفنا إنه البلد يروح من الأوريكل للفنتريكل بعدين على الارتريز يلي هن aorta and pulmonary artery. Aorta and pulmonary artery then distribute this blood to the all body organs and to the lungs. Finally, general diastole, no contraction, the auricles are relaxed, the ventricle are relaxed. We need to refill the auricles with the blood. The blood is conducted by veins to flow into the auricles and slowly fall to the ventricles. يعني حنرجع نعبي الاوريكلز والفنتريكلز بالدم عن جديد. اوكي؟ تحضيرا لنيو اوريكولار سيستول. مين بيقوم بهيدي المهمه؟ هن الفينز، تحديدا البالمونري فينز. اوكي؟ then the bicuspid and the tricuspid او بنقول لهم mitral okay are slightly open while the sigmoid are closed. Please review well these three phases. Then I need also to review with you the difference between arteries and veins and capillaries. So مثل ما صرنا نعرف I have three types of vessels. عندي ثلاث أنواع من الشرايين والوريد أو الشريان والوريد بالعربي. So arteries, veins and capillaries. The arteries, as you saw before, they have a thick wall. هني سميك، الوول تبعهم سميك. Round when cut وقت بنقصهم هني بيكونوا round. They have high speed of blood circulation. بينما الفينز هني flat when cut يعني بيكونوا مثل ورقة مثل صفحة وقت بنقصهم وعندهم low speed of blood circulation. Veins have thin wall and flattened. Okay? So, capillaries form a network when arteries and veins meet. So, نحن الكابيلاريز نحن قلنا صلة الوصل بين الارتريز والفين. قلنا الارتريز بيتزغروا لارتريوز بيروحوا كابيلاريز بعدين فينوس بعدين فينز. So, الكابيلاريز هي نتورك، هي شبكة بتربط الارتريز والفين. Characteristics of capillaries. The capillaries that make a surface of exchange between the arteries and the vein. هن عندهم thin wall and low speed of circulation, blood circulation and large surface area. So capillaries هن a network of exchange between the veins and the arteries, and they constitute a large surface area with a low speed of blood circulation. Now, today we're gonna stress about blood circuit أو blood circulation. very important part. What do I mean by circulation? When I'm talking about blood, I'm talking about a circulation. As you can see in these pictures, the blood circulates in a permanent and a closed circuit. يعني always and always the blood circulates in a permanent way and in a closed system. دايما البلد عم ينزل اوريكل ventricles عم يتوزع للاورجنز، بنرجع عم ناخذ الدي اوكسجينيتد بلد ونرجع نوديه لللنجز لتكبه برا. So على طول الدم الاحمر it's an oxygenated blood full of oxygen, while the blue one or the dark red is deoxygenated blood full of CO2. So let's see grade 9. Circulation is the continuous flow in the body of the liquid that form an internal medium. Whenever I'm talking about circulation, guys, I'm talking about an internal medium, أكيد جوا, و about circulation of liquid. In this lesson, the circulation is about blood. So the blood circulates in a closed system. Very important idea. So our blood circulates in a very closed system. There are two types of blood circulation. I have pulmonary circulation and I have systemic or big circulation. So, what is the difference between pulmonary circulation or small circulation? من اسمها pulmonary قلنا نحن جاي من كلمة poumon in the French, which mean lungs. When we say pulmonary, means it is between the lungs and the heart. So it is done by the pulmonary arteries and veins. So إذا كان الاكسشينج عم بيصير بين اللنجز والهارت، التو vessels اللي هن مسؤولين يعملوا هالاكسشينج هن pulmonary arteries and pulmonary veins. For those who memorized well, you know that pulmonary arteries carry the blood from the heart to the lungs, while the veins carry the blood from the lungs to the heart. So, as a note, miss, دايما البالمونري arteries رح تاخد من القلب على الرواية and the pulmonary veins from the lungs back to the heart. The function of the circulation is to oxygenate the blood and get rid of CO2. هيدي السيركيوليشن لشو بتفيدني؟ This blood circulation هي important to oxygenate the blood and get rid of CO2. دايما the heart is an organ like any other organs in the body. It needs oxygen and it needs to get rid of CO2. معناتها هالقلب بحاجة لأكسجين وبحاجة كمان لنشيل منه CO2. مين رح يأمن له الأكسجين وياخد منه CO2؟ هن pulmonary arteries and veins. Clear? Now, if you can see in the pictures, so this is the oxygen exchange and the alveolar capillaries. هيدول اللنجز وهيدا الهارت. الأكسجين رح يفوت لجوا وراح طلع CO2 لبرا. وهيدي بقلها pulmonary circulation. Then I have the other circulation يلي هن systemic or big circulation. It is done by the aorta and vena cava, superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. The function of this circulation is to support every organ with nutrient and oxygen and carry the waste product. فإذا this circulation هدفها باقي الأورجنز كلهم سوا غير الهارت تأمن لهم الأكسجين and the nutrient product. As you can see now, the systemic circulation and the big circulation form the all big circulation of the body. يعني now you know that I have two blood circulation. I have the big one and I have the small one. The big one is the general أو منقلها systemic circulation. The small one